Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it's anime theory time, otherwise known as an excuse to rewatch One Punch Man again. I mean, I wouldn't need one anyways, but now I could do it and call it work. So anyways, it's been a bit since I've discussed One Punch Man, hasn't it? We've already covered a couple different subjects, but I figured with the new season on the way and all, it's not a bad time to take another look for another theory. And today, well, we've got quite the fun one. You see, with the cities constantly being ravaged, with a new threat looming in the distance as well, one would think those on their own were enough of a problem. But that's just the thing. They're not the only problem plaguing the world of One Punch Man. In fact, there lurks a villain far more dangerous than anything we've seen up to this point. One so heinous that it's caused more suffering than you could even believe. It's a threat that even Saitama himself would have a tough time dealing with, and in fact, almost no one can stop them at this point. Who is this heinous villain, you ask? Some new villain from the manga? Saitama himself? Moomin Rider? Maybe even Digbert Nelson? Gotta watch out for that guy, he's dangerous. No, it's even worse than that. You see, the most dangerous villain in One Punch Man is none other than the Hero Association? Wait, what? Isn't the Hero Association like the Association of Heroes? How exactly can they be a problem? Well, finish up those 100 push-ups because it's time to really take a look at the dark secrets hidden behind the Hero Association's pleasant exterior. So, to understand the problems with the Hero Association, we need to really look close at how they function. Every company wants to seem friendly and perfect on the outside, and yet they usually hide some dark secret on the inside. And the Hero Association is hiding several. But going down the rabbit hole requires starting somewhere, so why don't we start at the beginning? As in, the beginning tests that the heroes are put through. I know it sounds a bit odd to start here, but trust me, it's important for getting an understanding of what they're really doing here. The hero exam is taken in two parts, those being a physical examination and a written test. The combined scores of these two tests decide where a hero will be placed class-wise, with a C class being the basic starting class, and an S class holding the best of the best. Now, on the surface, this test seems fine, but the closer you look at it, the more cracks begin to form in its foundation. Firstly, the physical exam is a bit lacking, to say the least. It mostly tests physical strength and speed, which is kind of a dumb thing to test. Not every hero in the association uses pure strength, and in fact, the vast majority of them don't. They rely on powers, weapons, or machines to get the job done. This test is not even comprehensive enough to cover all these bases, which is a bit odd, and I don't think this even needs mentioning, but I do find it a bit odd that despite how many things the examination fails to account for, it still has a written test that likely has little to no bearing on one's ability to be a hero. This examination is a lackluster test of one's strengths, and thus the results it gets are heavily skewed in the wrong direction. Heck, we even see its problems front and center in the show, as Genos gets into the S class from the start, and yet somehow Saitama barely passes despite how much stronger he is than any of the other heroes in S class. But what's the big deal, I hear you saying? So the test is a bit off in how it judges heroes. How does this make the Hero Association bad? Oh, just you wait, this is building towards something. Regardless, this is a poorly designed test, and ironically causes a ridiculous number of problems down the road. So we've mentioned the whole class system a couple times, but I think it's funny how little the show talks about it considering how important it is. The lower rank C-class heroes are barely able to survive, having to try to do odd jobs in an effort to stay registered as a hero, and yet S-class heroes are treated like royalty. There exists a massive gap in fair treatment for the lower sections of the classes, and so obviously there are a lot of people who want to rise up the ranks and get to the next class level. Or at least, that's the hope, especially for those incorrectly placed in the wrong classes. Unfortunately for those heroes, there really is no easy way to the top. Several heroes try and hold the highest positions from the reach of the lower from them, resorting to straight-up harassment and attacks if it means getting to keep their position. Several factions have also formed throughout the classes as well, attempting to block new heroes from gaining any traction. But even beyond that, the Hero Association itself is actively blocking quick growth from occurring. Think I'm joking? Later in the webcomic, the Hero Association actually admits to doing just that, making sure that no hero can rise the ranks too fast. In their mind, rising the classes too quickly is actually worse than almost any monster attack, even if said monster may slaughter thousands. Even Saitama, who routinely takes out any foe they're dealing with in one punch, fails to gain nearly as much traction as you'd expect from that. Considering he has literally stopped the entire planet from being destroyed, it's kinda surprising that he barely goes up in rank by comparison. They're actively making sure he doesn't rise up the ranks too quickly, but why would they want to do this? Who cares if a hero rises the ranks too quickly as long as they're a good hero? Well, that's just the thing, they don't really care about the heroes themselves, because the Hero Association is a business first and foremost. Ever notice that a lot of the class's highest ranks are people with winning personalities and usually good looks? This is because the Hero Association is trying to market itself to the public, which, might I remind you, is what keeps the whole organization afloat. They don't want ugly or scary heroes, or people who may be a bit lacking on the personality side. This is because said people may scare potential donations off. This is the reason why it's so difficult to go up in rank, and why heroes seem to get ranked in high positions despite potentially not deserving to be there. The heroes are a product, and the association is trying to sell them to the public, even if this means that some potentially powerful heroes get shafted into the lower ranks. Does this matter? Well, a lot actually. Let's say you have a ridiculously powerful hero who just so happens to be not the most attractive person on the block, both physically speaking and on a personality level as well. This person might accidentally get shafted into C-Class despite being just as powerful, if not more powerful, than most S-Class heroes. This means that while they're being forced to deal with getting kittens out of trees and helping find lost bikes, there might be a massive threat about to destroy a city that they would have had the power to destroy. And as we see throughout the series, there are plenty of meetings where only the S-Class heroes get invited, meaning that heroes in lower ranks aren't even informed of most troubles, regardless of whether they might have had the ability to handle it. This is displayed perfectly by Saitama, who happens upon things like the meteor falling by accident. If he had not just kinda shown up there, the whole city and everyone in it would have been eradicated. Heck, the people living in this city weren't even warned of the impending doom until literally 30 minutes before it hit, which is not even close to enough time to escape the blast radius of the thing. Why do they allow this to happen? Well, frankly, they don't care much. As they said, it's more dangerous in their eyes to let a hero like Saitama rise up the ranks quickly than to just let a monster or meteor destroy an entire city. They don't really care about the loss of life. They're a business, and all they care about is money. Even worse is that the association clearly doesn't punish its heroes enough when they make mistakes. We see time and time again that the heroes will sometimes unintentionally kill off dozens, even hundreds with their mistakes. Most of the heroes don't really care in these situations because there's no system in place that punishes them. Need a good example of this kind of hero? Oh, hey there, Tatsumaki, didn't see you there. The association really doesn't seem to care about how many people die, huh? But wouldn't that be a bit counterintuitive? I mean, the Hero Association gets its funds from the public. Wouldn't it be a bit odd to have this much lack of care for life? Well, that's just the thing. While it would seem initially like this would hurt profits, this actually would likely boost revenue, at least on the short-term level. Fear is a wonderful motivator, and the Hero Association is using fear to their advantage. Let's look at it this way. Let's say 5% of the population gets eradicated by a monster of some kind. Now sure, there's a bit of a loss initially, but think about the people who are left. After seeing so many people get destroyed, most people will likely feel motivated to give the Hero Association more motivation to save them. If the rest of the population, let's say, doubles their own donation amount, we're still talking a massive gain in profits for the Hero Association. These numbers are a bit exaggerated, obviously, but the reason why is just to relay why they would be so indifferent to the amount of deaths they cause. Fear is a great motivator of action, and in this case, every time a city gets wiped out, it's pretty much a guarantee that people will want to make sure their city doesn't. It's honestly kind of crazy how much the Hero Association gets away with. The whole ranking system is horrendously implemented, from the initial exams to the aspect of actually rising the ranks. Their extreme prioritizing of class rank not only causes a much more corrupt and genuinely dangerous structure for those looking to rise to the rank they should have been in the first place, but also means heroes with the ability to stop certain monsters may never get the chance when they're not informed of them, and hundreds of innocent lives may be taken because of it. And because the association cares more about flashy faces than actual heroes, this system will remain just as terrible. Likewise, their inability to actually reprimand heroes for bad behavior or destructive decisions means the more corrupt heroes will continue to harm others, and the uncaring heroes will continue to destroy cities accidentally with no reason to improve. Their whole approach is continuing to off more and more innocent people as their profits continue to soar. Also, they literally left a whole city to die by not warning them of the impending meteor when they fully had the ability to save them. I feel like that's kind of an important note, honestly. The Hero Association is a horrible, greedy company that acts like it's all about the heroes on the outside, but could care less about anything except money on the inside. And worst of all, there's really no way to stop them. They're a company full of innocent people as well. Sure, there are certainly some greedy executives, but chances are the majority of people who just work there are normal people trying to get paid. A hostile takeover of the company wouldn't be fair to those people. What also wouldn't be fair is just shutting down the organization as a whole, as that would put a lot of people out of a job. Even Saitama can't really do much in this situation, and he's legitimately the strongest hero. The only way to fix the company is from the inside, but considering how things are right now, it's not being fixed anytime soon. And so the show's hidden villain will remain until something forces them to change. Speaking of change, how about we change the channel? I just uploaded a video on my second channel all about Deltarune, Undertale's sequel. Click the card or the link in the description if you want to see me talk about that. Also subscribe if you want to, or maybe click the bell, or follow my Twitter, or do any of that stuff, or like the video, that'd be cool. Anyways, I got a Death Note video coming up next week, so I hope you're looking forward to it. Anyways, see you guys in the next video.